Into the kitting department now, or we are getting into the kitting department. So this is where we take like our manifolds that have been painted. This is where we paint them as well. So that's from the machine shop, unpainted, and that's painted.
Ceramic coat?
No, it's a high temp paint.
Okay.
High temp paint. New 2019 and up manifold for the Cummins. That's a big bad boy right there.
Damn, son.
That is a big manifold.
It's a beefy unit.
I can't lift it. I'm just
Monster.
Give us a couple curls.
Yeah.
Nice two-piece for the expansion.
Did you just test it with your mouth? Like you just blow through it?
We blow. It came out this side.
That one's good.
Yeah.
We test every single one of them with the blow test.
Not a lot of them out there yet. You know, we're one of the only ones to make the 19 and up, other than Cummins themselves.
What a strange flange. It's like a T6, but
yeah,
it's
this
like...
took us probably a year to develop, and then a long time to get machined. So
what's the kind of process like? Let's make a manifold like this.
Yeah.
What do you start with? Like, is it okay? Does CAD design it, or you know?
Yeah, it's all done CAD design, and then we 3D print them, and then we flow bench them, and
make the molds, cast it, machine it, make the process. So it's
it all stems from before we even go to the molds. It goes to the 3D printing side of it, right? And then it goes to molding, and then that was the molding part's fine. It was to figure out how to machine that was the tough part. The machine shops all didn't want to do it, so.
Yeah, you have to make probably 3 different jaws on it. You have to grab it one way.
Well, not the machine shops. The foundries had a hard time creating the castings for it. So.
I seen on your video there you have a bunch of things fitted together, so you do one big kind of bolt batch at once.
Yeah. Here's your unpainted manifolds.
You give that one the blow test?
Yeah. Well, you get 4 of us on it. I'll take a port. You take a port.
Who's gonna light it?
Who's gonna light it? That's what I was thinking.
So where are these an improvement over the original 5.7 HEMI manifolds? Thicker casting is less prone to
Yeah,
warpage?
thicker casting, less, you nailed it, less prone to warpage. The fasteners that we provide are much better. So you have a longer fastener with a spacer, so that won't warp and pop and
like
break the studs.
Yeah.
The studs break off is a big thing. But yeah, just a thicker, better casting, high silicon ductile iron we use. And these are, like say, unpainted right now, but these will all be painted here too.
Well, and the other thing we do that not a lot of our other ones do is we machine these surfaces nice and flat.
Yeah.
Like you look at other brands, I'll say.
cheapo brands.
Brand X.
They don't even machine it.
They don't machine it. So not only do you have a shorter stud, it's more brittle stud as well, so it's more prone to breaking. But if this isn't machined, you've got even more variation in it. So yeah, longer studs, spacers. The other thing that we do with these are the HEMIs is we relocate that heat shield so that the stress of that isn't tied down onto the studs as well. So we've got a special. Yeah, these are a big mover for us for sure.
There, template.
Oh yeah, I've seen many of those.
You show us the box of diverter valves.
Yeah,
and Eric's head explodes.
I don't have any. Oh, hey, remember we were looking at those spacers in the other part of the warehouse? Remember I said they get, they'll count out like 30 of them or whatever, and then they put them in a package. So this is part of the HEMI manifold installation kit. So it's got the spacer, the studs, the bolts, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned, we walked in here, this is the kitting department, right? So this is where the kits come together and become one package. That is the grid
branded.
heater.
This is the one thing between you and catastrophic failure on your 6.7 Cummins.
Exactly, that's the grid heater bus bar. You betcha.
Beefy.
Yeah, and then like, so those grid heaters are being put together right here, right? And the other thing that we do, a lot of people don't do, is we weigh every kit. So if there's a bolt missing, we can tell by the weight of the kit, right? So we weigh them all. So these ones are all done. So these are the grid heater repair kits. Just need a label put on them, but I know what that's what that is. There you go. Here are our EcoBoost show turbos. Basically, we use them at SEMA and other trade shows. They're just getting packaged up and to be shipped down to Florida for a trade show we're going down to.
EcoBoost.
Little 3-cylinder, or 6-cylinder, I guess, 3 per side.
V6 EcoBoost manifolds.
Oh, the little baby there.
So we're down in the R&D department again. And all joking aside, you saw us blowing through the manifolds over there. We actually do have a super flow dynamometer for testing the manifolds and measuring the flow of the manifolds when we engineer them and design them. So this one's got the HEMI sitting on it there, and it's not bolted up or anything like that. It's just kind of sitting on there. But yeah, so we use the super flow to measure it to make sure that we're flowing the same or better than the factory manifolds, right?
This way you can back up your claims on your website. It's not just instant horsepower increase.
You betcha. Yeah, and if we have some increases, we definitely that has its issues too. If we do have increased flow and stuff in the
stock tuning.
Yeah, we need to get them carb certified in California and stuff like that. If it has more flow than factory, so we need to know that whether it's got more or the same.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you can't just go have a big radical tubular manifold for every application.
Exactly. So that's how we test our manifolds for flow, not just blowing through them. Okay, so we just finished up basically the tour of the headquarters here at VD Diesel. We do have another separate building with all our CNC equipment in it across town that we're going to go to next. But yeah, this was basically the headquarters where a lot of manufacturing happens, all the shipping and all the packaging and all the research and development and all that happens here. So from here, we go across town to another building and we'll see you over there.
We're wrapped up here at the main facility now. We're gonna head over to the machine shop facility and we're gonna see a couple of the things that they're doing over there. Remember, like, subscribe, follow, and catch us in the next video.
Machine Center. He's the lead man of the all operation.
Machine them if there's imperfections.